Alright, I think we're all settled. So today I'm going to be checking out Ball X Pit. I've seen a bunch of hype for this game. All the YouTubers that play roguelikes have been playing this one, and it seems neat enough from what I've seen of it. I figured I may as well jump on the bandwagon and see if this game has the juice, as I like to say. Balbalon. I'm sorry, I grew up on Beavis and Butthead, so Balbalon is cracking my shit up. I'm gonna be saying that for a few days. Balbalon. Boneyard. Alright, aim with R, shoot with right trigger. It's a little tricky with the controller. I wonder if this would be better as a mouse game, possibly. Or it might just be really stupid. I'll get the hang of it. Okay, it's kind of like tank controls. So we got like a brickbreaker roguelike. Level up. Alright, so now we select an upgrade. Emerald Hilted Dagger, increased critical chance 30% when hitting enemies on their right side. Iron, 50 to 89 hit damage, deals double damage but moves 40% slower. Or Silver Bullet, balls deal 20% damage until they hit a wall. Let's go with Silver Bullet. Surely these early game enemies should have low enough HP to bust through them. Just head on with that Silver Bullet. Alright. Lightning deals 1 to 17 damage to up to 3 nearby enemies. Eye of the Beholder, 10% chance to dodge incoming attacks. Or Bleed, inflicts 4 stacks of bleed. Bleeding enemies receive 1 damage per stack when hit by a ball. Let's try the lightning. Oh no. We're in trouble already. Wonder if this is just going to be like a pure roguelite where every run is completely self-contained, or if we're going to have meta progression. Alright, Fission, plus 1 to 5 upgrade levels. Randomly upgrade between 1 and 5 skills. Alright, so our lightning gained a level. Alright, level up. Burn, add 1 stack of burn on hit for 3 seconds. Burnt units are dealt 3 to 7 damage per stack per second. Earthquake deals 4 to 11 damage to nearby units in a 3x3 tile square. Or baby balls. Gain 1.5 baby balls, but your aim becomes scattered. Let's see what Earthquake is all about. Oh yeah, now we're damaging nearby enemies with that Earthquake here and there. This feels like losing a game of Tetris. Is that another fusion thing? Yes. Alright. So now we upgraded, I think, all of our skills. Hell yes. This is absolutely not a game I'm ever going to be able to play and read chat at the same time. Alright, Ethereal Cloak. Balls go through enemies and deal 25% bonus damage until they hit the back of the field. That sounds good. More Silver Bullet or Everflowing Goblet. You know, I think that this will combo well with our Earthquake, because we'll just start dealing damage to, like, everybody. But we can only fire them on it. Oh, that's game over. All right. So it looks like we do have some sort of meta progression. So now we go back to our base and Balbalon. New Balbalon, pardon me. So welcome to New Balbalon, your home base. Press Y to open the sidebar. Let's plant some wheat to get started. Open the build menu. Alright, so we have a wheat field. Now we need to place a forest. I guess let's place that away from the wheat. I don't know if that's the right thing to do, but that's what we'll go with. Now you have some resource tiles. You'll have to send out someone to harvest them. Aim towards the resources and send a worker off to gather. Okay, so it was actually the wrong move to make them nowhere near each other. Now hold B to speed up harvest or Y to cancel it altogether. Cool. A successful harvest. You'll need the resources you gathered to construct other buildings and upgrades. Okay. How do I go on my next run? Resume. Or does it want me to upgrade? No. Okay, we can upgrade that with gears. I'm notoriously bad at just completely skipping over when games tell me what I'm supposed to be doing. So I probably just straight up missed the prompt that was telling me how to progress here. So y'all are gonna have to excuse me while I spend probably an embarrassing amount of time figuring out how to make the game go forward. Zoom? Okay, we can zoom way out. The pit lift. That's what I have to upgrade with gears, it said. Maybe I just open the sidebar. Yes, play. Oh, it looks like we're gonna have multiple characters too. Alright, this is pretty rad. Let's see if I can get a better start this time. I think I was just so disoriented at the beginning of that last run. Alright, so it seems like we basically have like a limited number of balls we can send out at once. So we do kind of want to keep them bouncing at different angles, I suppose, to, you know, make sure we're hitting multiple guys with each hit here. And just kind of direct attack them once they start getting lower. Alright, so new passive slingshot, 25% chance to launch a baby ball when you pick up a gem. Freeze has a 4% chance to freeze enemies for 5 seconds. Frozen enemies receive 25% more damage. Or bleed. Let's see what freeze is all about. Okay. So turret floats around your character and shoots a baby ball at enemies every 2 seconds. That sounds kind of fun. Bleed again, or increase fire rate by 15%. I mean, fire rate, I'm not going to say no to that. I feel like I blamed it on being disoriented the first run, and now I'm doing even worse this run. Oh no. Okay, that upgrades are frozen. Now we can get a vertical laser, deals 8 to 15 damage to all enemies in the same column. Ethereal cloak, balls go through enemies. We tried that one last time. Let's see what the laser is all about. Oh, there we go. I suppose maybe if I just mix up what rows I'm firing in to really get the laser firing in different rows, that should weaken everybody. And then I can start to finally make some progress and not feel like I'm losing a game of Tetris. I feel like this is just the progression of every good roguelike. It feels impossibly hard at first, and then you get that first really good power up and start to see some strategies, and all of a sudden, you know, it clicks. All right, magnet, increase the range at which you pick up items and catch balls by 1 tile. Short bow, increase fire rate by 20%. Or I guess that's up to 20 from our 15. Or earthquake. That earthquake felt pretty strong last time. Yeah, now we're mowing through things. It's really kind of a lot to focus on aiming and collecting the gems and dodging the enemy's projectiles. This is really rad though. Like, deceptively simple concept. Alright, upgrade between 1 and 5 of our skills again. And we hit 4 of them, which might be all of our skills actually. Okay. Short bow, more fire rate, earthquake, or rubber headband. Balls start off at 70% speed but increase by 20% each bounce. That sounds like something you could probably make a build around, but could also really mess things up. Really increase the earthquake damage and range, or just keep firing away at our fire rate. I think I'll go with earthquake. Is that like health or something? Yeah. Alright, level up. Ethereal cloak. Balls go through enemies and deal 25% bonus till they hit the back of the field. Hourglass. Balls deal 150% damage, but damage decays by 30% each time they bounce. Let's go with that. We deal more damage right off the bat, but we need to make sure to be catching our balls more often, I think. Oh no. Come on, how much HP do you have, buddy? A lot. Okay. Fight back for some ground. Oh no. Starting to feel like a losing game of Tetris again. Blueprint for Sheriff's Office unlocks a new character. Alright, more laser damage, hourglass. So it'd be up to 200% damage, but decay. Let's go with that. Oh, and everything is to upgrade again. Hell yes. We hit 4 of our skills that time. Oh, but it's game over. Started to feel like we had something popping that time. Alright, and we got a blueprint. Presumably, if we build this, we can play as a new character. You've unlocked a housing blueprint. Building a house will unlock a new character. Press Y to open up the sidebar. Okay. Housing menu. And now we place our sheriff's office. Put him right there. And we have the itchy finger. And we can send someone out to harvest again. Okay, we can bounce them. But of course, I blocked it. And how do we launch him? Right trigger. Okay, but he bounces around several times. Okay, so that's actually cool. It starts to introduce some of the gameplay elements from the actual runs into the home base stuff. Resources gathered, we got wheat and wood that time. I think that's about all we can do on our home base this time. So now let's play and see what Itchy Finger is all about. It's a disgraced deputy, hence coming from the sheriff's office. He has scattered aim but shoots twice as fast and constantly launches balls if any are available. Can move at full speed while shooting. Okay, we'll see what he's about. So he's like an auto fire character, maybe, if I was interpreting that right. Yeah. Okay, this might be more my style. Just really focus on catching and aiming. Actually, if all of these characters play this radically different, this game has a ridiculous amount of depth to it. And I can't imagine introducing a character that plays this radically different and making the promise that that's going to be the case and not delivering, so that's exciting. All right. So laser, I really liked that last time. Rubber headband was a little bit weird. Laser. That felt like the biggest difference maker last run. Any viewers, feel free to say hi in the chat. I might not get to it until in between runs just because this game is a little bit much to pay attention to and watch chat at the same time, but I do appreciate knowing there's people watching. Alright, so slingshot. Let's see what the baby balls are all about. We haven't tried the baby balls yet. Okay. Just well more projectiles, which is definitely never a bad thing here. Alright, slingshot. Sapphire hilted dagger. Increase crit chance to 30% when hitting enemies on their left side, or poison. Applies 1 stack of poison on hit. Poison lasts for 6 seconds and each stack deals 1 to 3 damage per second. Let's see what the poison is all about. So that's the first time we've been offered that. Alright, upgrade 3 of our things. I feel like fire rate would be really good with this character in particular. Alright, fusion. Only hit 2 of our skills that time. Alright, so ghost passes through enemies. Bottled tornado, when you catch a special ball, automatically shoot 1 to 3 baby balls. That sounds really fun. or increase movement speed by 10%, move at full speed while shooting. I mean, this guy's always shooting, so I'll bet that combos well with his, yeah. Extremely faster now. It's actually really neat how they've been able to introduce all of the traditional roguelike elements like classes and fantasy tropes and poison damage and you know, damaging people from the side and behind like a rogue into this brick breaker gameplay. All right, earthquake, that comboed awesome with the lasers before. Broodmother, 25% chance of birthing a baby ball each time it hits an enemy. Let's go with earthquake. All right, that hits only one thing this time, but we should move even faster, which is cool. I feel like some roguelikes, the best thing to do is to just find one thing your character is doing well and double down and triple down and quadruple down on it. But then other ones, like your vampire survivors and things of that nature, it's really just about having the most different abilities, doing the most different things. I imagine both strategies apply here. I mean, our aim's already scattered, right? Let's try Baby Rattle and see what that does. This guy just has so much health. Last time, by the time we got rid of him, we just had no shot at gaining ground back. Come on. Pop. No shot. Jesus. Okay, there he goes. Try and survive. Upgrade our shit. Alright, Midnight Oil. Balls that hit flaming enemies light on fire and deal 10 to 20 bonus fire damage on the next hit, or gain more baby balls. Let's gain more baby balls. Blueprint for Gunsmith. Upgrade our Earthquake, Burn, or Magic Staff. Increase area of effect damage by 20%. We have Earthquake, so let's do that. Alright, hit 3 of our skills. Upgrade the laser. Magic Staff. Let's just hit even more area of effect with our Earthquakes. The next chance I get, if I get next chance, let's upgrade the Earthquakes. Come on now. I'm getting hit too much. Nope, that's it. Game over. Oh, are we rallying? No shot. No shot. Upgrade the Earthquake. What's Fission do? Oh, that's what we've had before, I think. Alright, a little farther each run. Actually, hold on one second, y'all. Sorry, I was making sure all my settings were good on OBS. Alright, return to base with our new blueprint. Alright, build. Gunsmith. All characters gain +1 bonus dexterity. We don't have enough resources. We need 2 rock and 2 wood. I don't even think we know how to make rock yet. Okay, a big boulder to harvest stone costs 80 gold and 2 wood. We can afford another forest. I suppose that'll just help get more resources every time we're out there. Alright, now let's harvest like that and see what happens. Oh, we have 2 harvesters now? Worst harvest ever. Wow. Alright, let's try another run. I really liked the way Itchy Finger played compared to the Warrior. So I'm gonna stick with him. How many levels are there? Wow. So how long is a successful run of this game if we've gone 7 minutes deep in just the Boneyard? Can't tell if it's good to start up close to them or start farther back so we can catch the balls faster. You'd think this is a really simple thing without many decisions to make, just shooting balls at things, but like I'm actually completely lost as far as what optimal strategy is here. Yet I'm still having a blast. All right, so Hourglass. I was not a fan of that one before. Increase ball launch speed by 20%, but get knocked back a little each time you shoot a ball. Let's see what that feels like. Feels fine. Alright, 20% fire rate feels good at least. I want to get offered that one again where we move at full speed even when we're firing. That's the one that felt like it really unlocked the run last time. Alright, Silver Bullet. Balls deal 20% damage until they hit a wall. Radiant Feather, increase ball launch speed by 30%, but you get knocked back, so that's what we already have. Upgrade. Balls deal 80% more damage after hitting the back of the field. No. Let's go with some Silver Bullet. Just get more damage up front. Alright, yeah, so we're firing 20% faster and we're dealing 20% more damage. Now we upgrade some or all of it. Only hits one. Alright, Radiant Feather, Magic Staff. We don't have any area of effect. Let's just do more Silver Bullet. Just double down on these first hits to the face being strong. Oh no. This really is like Brickbreaker combined with the world's most nightmarish game of Tetris. Alright, Egg Sack. Explodes into 2 to 4 baby balls on hitting an enemy. Has a 3-second cooldown before it can be shot again. Vampire. Each hit has a... Ooh, let's do that. More health. More health means that we die less soon, in theory. Get that fusion. Alright, hits 3 things that time, which is good. I need to be paying more attention to enemy projectiles, is where I've been falling apart in the previous runs. Start to get into this world's worst game of Tetris situation and get way too focused on fighting my way out of that and stop paying attention to the fireballs flying at my face. Alright, laser has felt really good every time. Iron feels like just undoing what we're doing well. But Fleet Feet. No, I think we need to do laser to start fighting out of this situation. Oh, it's horizontal lasers. That's different from our other ones. Okay. Can I get horizontal and vertical lasers? Feels like the worst shape I've been in going into this boss, but we're starting to cook a little bit. All right, let's get one more good upgrade, please. Baby ball. Increase range. Let's do the baby balls. Baby balls when we pick up gems. This time I'm trying to not completely ignore the ones to his side so that we're not too screwed by the time we kill him. But we also need to kill him. Come on, buddy. Yeah. Alright. Lightning. Dealing damage to nearby enemies is good. Stone effigy. Every 7 to 12 rows spawn a stone soldier with 194 health on your side. Stone soldiers are immune to ball damage and move up the field, blocking and attacking enemies in the way. I just want to see that. Show me my stone soldiers. Alright, iron, no. Broodmother has a 25% chance of birthing a baby ball each time it hits an enemy. Or vertical lasers, so we can get vertical and horizontal lasers. That's silly. Awesome. Oh, there's our stone guy. Fusion, 3 available. Okay, we can fuse 2 of our skills. Let's do horizontal vampires. What is that going to do? Make horizontal vampires. So now our laser... I don't know if that was smart, because now I think only our horizontal lasers are dealing health, whereas before most of our stuff was. Improve our vertical lasers. Bleed. Or slingshot. Let's improve our slingshot to 50% chance for baby balls. Alright, again, gotta pay attention to projectiles. Projectiles, Anthony. Alright, upgrade our skills. Stone effigy, lightning, or laser. Let's get some lightning damage going. think it's almost strategic to wait to pick up our gems a little bit, because then if we're ever in trouble, we can go get a cluster of gems and just launch a bunch of baby balls. All right, we're really cooking now. We gotta be the farthest we've been. Okay. Upgrade the stone effigy, sure. Don't have a good reason not to. Is there gonna be like a boss at the end of the levels? To fuse or not to fuse? What happens if we fuse vertical and horizontal laser? Will it ever even give that as an option? No, but we can do vertical laser burns. All right, let's see where that gets us. Launch all of our baby balls. That's actually really fun to... Oh, that's an enemy. I got that confused with our stone effigy. Is this the boss? To leave the boneyard, bone pit. On. Okay, freeze, burn, or egg sack. Let's get freeze going. Pick up our shit, launch the baby balls. Again, I really appreciate that I have a couple of viewers right now. Always feel welcome to say things in the chat. I will probably respond to it in between runs. So as I've said earlier, this game has entirely too much going on to pay any attention to my chat while I'm playing it. All right, come on, man. These boss enemies just have so much damn health. All right, fight back. Collect our gems. So for real though, how long are these levels? Ooh, let's get some stone because we need that for that blueprint we found last time. Evolution fuses certain combinations of fully upgraded balls into powerful new balls. Powerful balls. It's gonna turn one of our lightnings and our freeze into something. Blizzard. Freeze all enemies within a 2-tile radius for 0.8 seconds, dealing 1 to 43 damage. I just feel like roving destruction at this point. Upgrade the blizzard, get some poison or bleed. Let's upgrade the blizzard. Pick up all my shit, not get shot at. I do absolutely see what the hype is all about here, though. I am having a hell of a time. Oh my god. This is getting tough and tough and tougher. Brood Mother, poison. Let's get poison damage on the stack. Alright, upgrade some things. How have I been playing this game for almost an hour already? Insane. I feel like the horizontal lasers have been the absolute MVP of this run so far. Ugh. This feels like a boss. The boss, maybe. Come on, just let me clear some of these enemies before he comes. Upgrade the poison. Here he is. No, he's getting way too close already. Okay, but he's pushing me back. He's throwing projectiles. Okay. Awesome. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Now we're just in like bullet hell mode. I don't even know if I'm damaging him or... Okay, now I am. I gotta get in between his... Or do I gotta get behind him? Yeah, I gotta hit his crown. Wow. Okay. Like maybe we're not quite optimized for boss fights here with this build. Oh, enemies. Some health would be nice. I know we're gaining some back with our vampire, but... Oh, wow. Oh, wow. And it's just so hard to even hit this guy. Trying to think what would even be better against this boss in the next run, like... Oh no. Here comes the end. Oh no, guys. I feel like I am misunderstanding something. Game over. But we hit a boss that time. Again, though, I ask, if an 18-minute run got us to the first boss, how long is this full game? Oh, so now we can get a permanent upgrade to the character. Sprinter, increase movement speed while harvesting. Okay, so this is for out on the field. Let's increase the range at which weed is collected. Housing is gained an ability. Drop a bonus gold for every 10 enemies killed in the level. Awesome. Alright, so back to New Balbalon. Can we build anything new yet? Let's do another wheat field. Now send our guys off to harvest. Alright, so we got more than one resource that time. An improvement. Alright, let's just jump right back in. Do another run with the itchy finger. This guy feels so much better than the first character to me. I don't always like auto fire characters, but just taking that one extra worry out of the gameplay cycle here is really helping me to lock in. Alright, so the question is, what is optimal strategy for the early phases before we have power-ups? So I'm not behind the 8-ball. Should I be bouncing up into the heart of these guys? Absolutely, okay. That's what I've been missing before. So Ghost Ball, Breastplate, decrease damage taken, or Burn. Let's go with Burn. Come on. Alright, bounce some up in there. Ghost, wind passes through enemies and slows them down by 30% for 5 seconds. Yes. I don't even care about less damage. Let's slow this shit down. We will get damage back as we get more power-ups. At least that's what I'm telling myself. But I'm definitely not going to regret taking that. Sorry. Alright, hits both of our skills, so that's great. Fleet Feet, I want that. Yep, now we're mobile as hell. Fleet Feet is a skill that I can see not being as important for the other characters, where you can simply stop shooting to move faster. But since this Itchy Finger character cannot ever stop shooting, I think that that's possibly the very most advantageous power-up to have for him. Alright, get our shit. Awesome. Move even faster. Alright, Crown of Thorns. Destroy the 2 nearest enemies when you are hit from close range. I mean, that could help at the end of things when I'm really getting screwed. Lightning deals 1 to 17 damage up to 3 nearby enemies. Or Broodmother. We haven't done Broodmother yet. Those baby balls do actually seem to be really good. Just increasing the number of projectiles you have on the board. They jam in there from the side. Lock in. Watch the profiles, projectiles, Anthony. All right, horizontal lasers. I loved that before. Evolution? Let's evolve something. So now we have Inferno. Applies 1 stack of burn every second to all enemies within a 2-tile radius. Burn lasts for 6 seconds, dealing 3 to 6 damage per stack per second. Okay. It's all just more damage in the end, right? What a gameplay loop here in the actual runs, for real though. Not exactly sold at the in-between run stuff yet, that little New Babylon like city building stuff, but these actual runs, brilliant. Inferno, all right, increases our burn length. That might actually be really good against bosses. Magic Staff increases area of effect damage, or Short Bow increase fire rate by 15%. Increased fire rate by 15% can also just be read as a straight up 15% increase to all damage. So let's do that. These guys have so much health. Do they have less health on the side or the back or anything? Are there mechanics like that that I'm missing? I'll bet you that's the case. What we're dealing like... Not clear. It's kind of hard to tell from the damage numbers while they're popping off. Alright, Radiant Feather, increase ball launch speed by 20%, but get knocked back a little each time you shoot a ball. I mean, that felt nice before. That 20% extra attack speed is actually nuts. Egg Sac explodes into 2 to 4 baby balls. We've already getting baby balls from the Brood Mother, but maybe they're trying to point us in a direction by saying if we put, you know, like Brood Mother and Egg Sac and some of those theme things together, that it'll really spiral into something. So I'll give that a shot and see what happens. Actually, give me like 5 seconds. My controller just died. I gotta grab the cord. It's just right across the room. I'm glad the controller died while I was on a menu screen. Jesus. Okay, there we go. Now my computer wants me to upgrade the controller firmware. Come on, I just want to play the game. Okay. Egg Sac. Upgrade our shit. Only hits the Brood Mother. Rubber headband, 70% speed, but increase by 20% each bounce. Just increase the Brood Mother again. New character blueprint. Hell yeah. Plus, I'm just excited to see what that character is if it comes from the haunted house. Alright, starting to feel like the world's most nightmarish game of Tetris again. Let's get more Egg Sac. Come on. I sense the end of the run coming. Next run, if I get offered Vampire again, I'm taking it, because getting some health back throughout the run, I think, was actually huge. All right, let's see if we can build this building yet or not and see the new character. All right, build. Housing needs 5 wood. Maybe after we harvest, especially if we aim there to make sure we get at least 1 wood out of the deal. Okay, we can only harvest 1 per anyways, but that hits 2 wood and gets us to our 5 wood. Go over to housing, haunted house. Send workers to bounce on the scaffolding to complete the building. Ah, so we gotta wait another run. Not a problem, because this game rules. Alright, play. Still sticking with my boy Itchy Finger. Come on. Okay. Earthquake is awesome. We haven't tried iron yet. Double damage is a lot. 40% slower sounds like it sucks, but double damage again is a lot. Okay, but it's just that one ball that does that. He just bounces around wrecking shit. I'm alright with that. Alright, collect the gems. This game rules way harder than I thought it was going to. Way harder. Alright, vampire. Those were even other good upgrades, but I am not good enough at this game yet to not have that little bit of health recovery. All right, upgrade our shit. It's the iron. Sapphire hilted dagger. We haven't tried that stuff yet. Egg sack, I wasn't necessarily a huge fan of. Ethereal cloak. Balls go through enemies and deal 25% bonus damage until they hit the back of the field. Let's just try the sapphire hilted dagger. Extra damage when we hit the left side of enemies, so like... Oh yeah. I don't think we want to only be doing that, but if we focus to the left and straight on, they'll probably put us in a good place. Alright, can we get some lasers or some earthquake, get some area damage going? I think that would help us clear these rows faster. We're surviving, but we're not thriving, you know? Alright. Burn. Wind. What's that synergizes with? Okay, so that's telling us that it can make a fusion, I guess. Or upgrade the iron. Let's try the wind. I think the slower enemies is what I was hoping to get out of the freeze, but it's not the freeze that does that, it's the wind. Which makes sense, I guess. You blow them back. All right, burn, sapphire hilted dagger upgrade, a vampire upgrade. Let's do a sapphire hilted dagger. All right, upgrade hits those three. Okay, now we're at the point where it opens up. That means that first little mini boss is coming at us. Alright, give me something good, please. Balls that hit flaming enemies light on fire and deal 11 to 21 bonus fire damage on the next hit. Sure. I think the idea is that that synergizes with our existing fire damage. Alright, so my question on this guy was, does he deal more damage from the back versus the front or anything, or does he just have the most HP? I think he just has the most HP. Okay, we deal more damage hitting him from the left side though. Just gonna focus on that. I'll let those other guys get kind of low on us. Alright, now I need to take care of them. Okay, perfect. Perfect, perfect, perfect. Alright. Midnight oil, burn, or ruby hilted dagger. Let's go with midnight oil. Let's fuse vampire and wind, I guess. So now we have vampire times wind. Each hit has 6% chance of dealing 2 health and passes through enemies, slows them down. Okay. Upgrade the iron, Eye of the Beholder, 10% chance to dodge incoming attacks, or diamond hilted daggers, diamond hilted dagger. Now we damage enemies from the front and the left. God, every time you think you have a second to breathe in this game, these enemies just bear right down on you. Okay, ghost, upturned hatchet, no, freeze. Okay, let's freeze. Overall, I think I was enjoying like the lasers and the earthquakes a little bit more than some of the stuff we've hit this run. This has been kind of a strange set of upgrades. Oh no, they're getting us. But if we play good, Vampire can get us our health back. Alright, more damage from front, more freeze damage, or Silver Bullet where they deal bonus damage till they hit a wall. Let's do more increased crit chance from front. The enemy's projectiles continue to be my downfall. Okay, concept proven. If we play well, we can get our health back with Vampire. Now a boss is coming. Mini boss. We are in poor shape. Alright, give me some cool hourglass. Balls deal 150% damage, but damage decays by 30% each time they bounce. No thank you. Freeze or Warhorn. All baby balls deal 20% more damage. Do we have baby balls? We must if it's offering us that. Evolution. Bomb. Explodes when hitting an enemy. Okay. Not necessarily sold on the idea that all of the evolutions are explicitly better than the skills that you evolve into them. I think that's health, which we don't need. But alright, we've almost broken through to where we can start at least firing at the boss. Oh no. Come on. I think we waited way too long to start damaging the boss. Come on. Watch the projectiles. Surely he's got to be getting close to popping. Oh, we gotta get these guys now. It's rough, y'all. Rough. Okay. Poison, Warhorn, horizontal lasers. All right, now we're in action. Is it too late is the question. Come on. Well, we got him, but I think we might be toast, y'all. Come on. I don't know what can possibly help us out of this. Nope. That's game. Okay, but we've got a new character to check out. Alright, so return to base. Sorry, my dog wanted up. Alright. I've also got a new building. Gives us max health. All right, now to get that new character. Oh, we can expand for gold. Expand. Yeah, let's absolutely do that. I was wondering about that. All right, now if we harvest and make sure that we hit that building, we get the character. I think. Haunted house, under construction, bounds workers off. Oh, we have to hit it 2 more times. All right, so next run, maybe we'll get a new character. But that's fine. I'm having fun with my boy Itchy Finger. All right, back to the boneyard. Come on. All right, first upgrade. Horizontal lasers have been my goat so far. Might even be placebo effect. I might just like the way they look firing off, but I feel like the runs I've had horizontal lasers, I've just done a lot better. Okay. Ruby hilted dagger increases damage from back. Let's just get the vertical horizontal laser combo going. We might be cooking something here with that as our first 2 upgrades. We just might be cooking something. All right, upgrade, hit them both. Hell yeah, hits them both. All right, lightning, radiant feather, or breastplate. Let's go with lightning, just all of the area of effect damage. Oh yes, we're keeping the field clear. Alright, easily best start so far. Alright, what do we got? What do we got? What do we got? Upgrade our horizontal lasers, add some burn, or upgrade our lightning. Let's upgrade our horizontal lasers. Those are so good, we don't want them to fall off. We need them to scale with us. Alright, only hits 2, but that's fine. Alright, this is the first run that I've felt the highs of winning a game of Tetris and not just the lows of some nightmarish game of Tetris where you're constantly losing the entire time that you're playing, which is what this game can feel like when you're doing poorly. Well, I don't think I've seen that yet. You can heal past your max health at 20% efficiency. I have the Beholder, 10% chance to dodge, or upgrade our lightning. Let's try our goblet. Maybe if we compare that with the vampire, we can stock up past max health. Or just play well and collect health off of the field. I'm not sure how I feel about fusions yet. I guess it's not immediately clear if they... Yeah, you lose 1, it's like 2 becomes 1. And in theory, they're supposed to be more powerful. But I imagine there are situations where having the 2 individual skills may actually be better. But no, this does seem to be dealing a lot more damage for us now, so. I think those burns before weren't hitting too often, and now they hit everybody that gets hit with the horizontal. So it's essentially just like 5x the number of enemies getting hit by burns or something along those lines. Alright, level up. Silver bullets. Silver bullet seems good, but upgrading lightning also seems good. Again, I'm getting the feeling here that making sure to max upgrade all your skills is actually kind of important. So otherwise they just don't scale. And you have a lot of cool shit, but you have a lot of cool shit that doesn't ever do enough damage. Alright, can I just park there and... Alright, upgrade the horizontal lasers. Alright, can we hit more than a couple this time? Absolutely not. Midnight oil. Midnight oil actually feels really good in this build, I think. Or do we do the horizontal laser? I think midnight oil is good because we're lighting so many enemies on fire that doing extra damage versus enemies that are on fire is really going to spiral into something for us. See, now we got offered to upgrade the horizontal laser again. I'm hoping if I get back to the boss of this first level again this time that I can figure out a more reliable way to damage him. I also think we might just run into the same issue again where with these area of effect spells, they're awesome for field clearing, but maybe not so good for bossing. Alright, so now we're gonna get vertical laser lightning. Sure. Just upgrade the lasers. I still would like Vampire again if they offer that to me this time. Just feels so much safer when you have that constant health recovery. All right, magnet, no. Slingshot, I really like. Those baby balls just pop off, especially when you kill a bunch of enemies and then go pick up a whole little group of balls at once. Alright, I do feel like I have something cooking this run. Last couple were garbage. And being able to play near the top of the level is a new experience for me. It has not been how this has gone so far. Again, though, I'm loving this game. It was compelling enough to watch other people play it, and I could kind of see, you know, like, oh, neat roguelike. Every time a new roguelike comes out that's got interesting concepts to it, I understand why it takes off. But you got to play it to know if it really has the juice or not. And this stupid little brick breaking game kind of feels like Tetris from Hell has the juice. All right, this is the big boss again? No, this is the second mid boss. Again, really crazy to me that these levels individually are all like 10 plus minutes long. It's a crazy amount of time to lock in and play something that's as, you know, sort of bullet hellish and attention focused as this, but again, though, I'm having a blast. Alright, pick up my shit, fire some baby balls. Upgrade the egg sack, probably. Yeah, let's upgrade the egg sack. These mini bosses just have so much health. Okay, there we go. Try and fight some breathing room back. At least with all of our lasers, that feels possible. Alright, Crown of Thorns, Stone Effigy, or Short Bow. Let's do Crown of Thorns. On Blueprint. Yep. When the enemies are bearing down on this is precisely when Crown of Thorns would be useful, so I'm not mad about that one whatsoever. I think we can go above max health, so... Grab that. Come on, pop. Upgrade the Crown of Thorns. I'm glad it's daylight savings time because it's going to take a while for me to wind my brain down from this one. It's like the most stimulating shit. I mean, pure brain rot as far as ways you can spend your time go, but fun nonetheless. Okay, breathe for a second. I guess Crown of Thorns is the only thing that we get offered. Fusion or fission? That is the question. I think fission is good. Oh, that's just gold? Okay, damn. I guess because all of our abilities are max upgraded. Oh, and I would like some health, please. Die, assholes. Come on, is that health? Yes, these are healths. Oh my god. Okay. We have the least stone, so let's take stone. Feeling like Tetris from hell again. Jesus. Need health badly. This is absurd. Come on, die. Nope, that's it. Damn. This is tough. So tough. Okay, we get to upgrade our guy, either collect extra wheat or extra stone. Let's make him collect extra stone. Return to base, and let's see if we can't unlock this third character. Is there anything worth building? I think we did find a new building. The barracks. All characters gain bonus strength. Deals affects damage special balls deal. Okay. Now we harvest. Again, I want to be sure to aim at that building so that we can unlock this character. Okay, the Repentant. So what does this guy do? A sorrowful specimen filled with regret. Balls deal 5% more damage each time they bounce, but when they hit the back wall, they return to the player, damaging each enemy they pass through. More stats. Okay, so they all have different base damage and stuff like that too. I don't think this one's going to be my style, but I'll give it a shot. So clearly we want to bounce more with this guy. We want to bounce things behind the enemies. If I was interpreting that correctly. feel like playing with that auto fire character for a while did help me to lock in, and now that I'm playing with a character where I actually have to fire, it's a little bit less to worry about than it was initially. All right, let's take the egg sack. So far, I feel like Earthquake is the single best power-up I've been offered. I also don't feel like I've been offered it that terribly often. Although horizontal lasers are my personal favorite. I mean, vertical lasers are cool, but horizontal feels so much more impactful. Alright, level up. Lightning, short bow, or bottled tornado. When you catch a special ball, automatically shoot 1 to 3 new baby balls in random directions. It sounds nifty, but lightning I think is probably too helpful to ignore here. We also need to think about power-ups that leverage this character's skills. Which is, if we bounce things to the back wall, they'll fly back forward through everyone. So maybe if we get the ghost skills and the things that allow things to fly through the enemies, then everything we fire will just go straight to the back wall and bounce back to us, and it'll kick ass. Upgrade, which one? Horizontal lasers. Evolution. Now we get frozen horizontal lasers. Freeze ray. Emits a freeze ray when hitting an enemy, dealing 1948 damage to all enemies in its path with a 10% chance of freezing them for 10 seconds. I liked my horizontal lasers better. Maybe not. Okay, I just needed to see what the freeze rays can do. Alright, Emerald Hilted Dagger, hitting enemies from the right side. Increased crit chance. Bottled Tornado. I want to check out that Bottled Tornado. Fire baby balls when I catch special balls. Alright, upgrade our shit. Alright, bandage roll shoots 1 to 2 baby balls each time you're healed. That would probably combo awesome with vampire. Fleet feet, which I don't think is as helpful for this character, or Emerald Hilted Dagger. I'm gonna re-roll for the first time for 5 gold. And let's upgrade our lightning. Sounds like a better plan than any of those other skills that we had been offered there. You know, I just cannot believe the amount of health these mini bosses have. That seems pretty good. Hourglass, 150% damage, but damage decays by 30% each time they bounce. No, that kind of negates the thing that we already do well with this character. Freeze ray. Feel like that's already dealing the bulk of our damage, so of course we'll improve it. Slingshot, I love slingshot. All right. That seems like the ticket. So then as our enemies freeze, they damage the enemies around them. Pick up our shit, launch all the baby balls. Those freeze rays clear things in a hurry, don't they? That's the first like really cool fusion I've gotten, I think. All the other fusions have been neat enough, but these freeze rays really feels nice. Fusions kind of seem like duo boons from Hades, but with like fewer prerequisites. But I almost wonder if this one's maybe a rarer one or something, because it feels a lot more powerful than some of the others. Oh, finally took a hit. Earthquake. Earthquake seems really good when I had it before. I really would like some health now, though. It's the number one thing we need. All right. I am going to switch back to the other character, I think, though. It's having a lot better time with, what's his name? Itchy Finger. I think I've got 1 or 2 more runs in me tonight. Again, I appreciate any and all viewership. Notice a couple people dropping in here and there. I appreciate anybody taking the time to click on my channel. I know that I've got like absolutely no subscribers or anything at this point, but we're gonna be rocking and rolling and balling in no time. Already getting some good action over on YouTube, where I've posted some videos of streams, also working on some video reviews I'm gonna be posting over there, and we'll get an audience sooner or later. That I am more than confident of. All right. Hourglass, Midnight Oil, or Silver Bullet. Midnight Oil pairs with what we already have, so you just start thinking of this more in terms of a roguelike with builds and having things that synergize well with each other, and not just picking a collection of my favorite upgrades. All right, Poison, Earthquake, or Ghost. Ghost is the one that I thought would work well with that other character we were trying. Hold on 1 second, I gotta check a message. Oh, okay, all good. Earthquake. Get some area of effect damage going. This auto fire character just is well more fun for me than the other ones. Again, though, the number of characters excites me. All right, upgrade the burn, get upturned hatchet. Balls deal 80% more damage after hitting the back of the field. No. Increase crit chance hitting enemies in the front. No. really going to focus on synergies, and if there's no synergies, upgrading what we already have, and then from there adding new skills. I think that might be the hierarchy of priorities. That is the ticket for maybe beating this first level. Although I gotta say, I've watched a handful of people stream this game, and they've all been first impressions videos. They've all been, you know, around an hour long, and I don't think I've seen anybody beat this first level. It is pretty tough. All right, Crown of Thorns, Egg Sac, or Breastplate. Let's do Egg Sac, get some baby balls going. All right. Diamond Hilted Dagger is front crit chance. Upgrade the Egg Sac, or Crown of Thorns, upgrade the Egg Sac. Again, I could be totally wrong, but I feel like what I've noticed so far is that if you get too deep into these runs and you don't really upgrade all the levels of your skills, they just don't deal enough damage for all the crazy shit it starts throwing at you at the end. Again, I noticed in a couple of viewers, really appreciate people watching. Feel free to say hi in the chat. I don't know that I'll be able to pay attention to it while I'm playing this game, but in between runs, absolutely, I can respond to all of that. I do have a YouTube channel as well, well, a couple, but the one where I play games is Anthony's Game Corner, and I'm working on a couple of like reviews and other type of gaming content too, but it's also where I've got a couple of playthrough clips and stuff like that up, so if anybody wants to check that out, that would be much appreciated. All right, Vampire, extra health just really helps me. This mini boss with the world's most health ever. Come on, pop. Of course not. All right. Usually that guy really kicks my ass, so. I like that Radiant Feather. The extra fire speed is just extremely helpful. All right, evolution. What is this gonna do? Sorry, my elderly Shih Tzu needs up in my lap. Magma. If it emits lava blobs over time, enemies who walk into lava blobs are dealt damage and gain burn stack. Sure. All right, Archer Spear, increase crit chance to 20% when hitting enemies in the same column as you. Iron deals double damage but moves slower. That goes in our special slot. Or increase crit chance when hitting enemies in the back. Let's try that one. Okay. Gain 1.5 times baby balls, but your aim becomes scattered. Or all baby balls deal 20% more damage. This is our last slot down there. Let's do baby rattle. Sorry if you guys hear my dog whining or barking. I think that it shouldn't get picked up with the noise gate. Again, he's really elderly Shih Tzu. He's got a little bit of doggy dementia, and he gets kind of weird this time of night sometimes. All right, so now we upgrade our fancy fusion skill. All right, Ghost. Ghost might be interesting with this for our special. No, let's upgrade the Radiant Feather. That's our last spot. I want to get something good in that special. This is usually a part of the run where I'd be losing my ass off by now, so this is promising. Maybe we'll get back to the boss again. Alright, hits 3, which is an average roll. I'll take it. Let's upgrade the Earthquake, or... Oh, we don't have Earthquake anymore because that turned into our other thing, but now we have it back. So I'll roll with that. Okay, I see the idea now. You probably want to get multiple upgrades, turn those into your fusions, and then get them back and turn those into other fusions. And that's how you can get around those power-up limits a little bit. Alright, so yeah, let's continue down that line of thought and fuse the egg sac with the magma. I don't know what that's going to do, but it sounds cool. Alright, does a lot of damage. Emits lava blobs over time. Okay, slows into 3 to 5 baby balls. Sure. Super magma egg sac balls. They just kind of march forward and cause death. Okay. Improve the Reacher's Spear. That just seems really good to me because we're just adding attack speed. Attack speed is damage. I just know that consistently from every action RPG, every roguelike I've ever played in my life. Attack speed can be read as just overall extra damage. Alright, might be really on to something with this build. And at the very least, it looks cool. It's flashy. Okay. Let's increase the baby rattle. Come on. Again, the amount of health on the mini bosses is absurd. Cool, new blueprint. Upgrade our shit again. Only hits 2, which sucks, but can't do nothing about that. Okay, so now let's get our egg sac back. These guys clearly have a bit more health than the enemies that we were fighting before. Yeesh. Okay, you can upgrade the Earthquake or Spear or the Egg Sac. Earthquake seems to be most substantial from a damage perspective. Come on, it's getting close again on us. All right, upgrade my ship, please. This is feeling really good until it wasn't. Here comes the end. Yep, here comes the end. Alright, I'm just gonna go right back at it this time. I'm not even going back to base. Actually amazing how fun this stupid little brick breaking roguelite is. I might even be awful at it, who knows, but it's fun. Shoots a baby ball every 2 seconds. I haven't done that one yet, but I just can't imagine it being good. But I suppose maybe when we upgrade it, it becomes good. Plus we know there's skills that improve the efficacy of the baby balls and things like that. Okay, I think that what I'm really missing so far is not just firing right into the enemy's faces, but getting in behind them and getting those bounces. So yeah, let's upgrade the turret. Because again, it doesn't feel good to me at all at 2 seconds. I think that for that to do anything for us, we need to get it upgraded. Alright, this should hit that. And yeah, now once a second or so on the baby balls feels a little more meaningful. Ethereal Cloak, balls go through enemies and deal 25% bonus damage until they hit the back of the field. I don't think I want that. Vertical lasers are pretty good. I'll go with vertical lasers. This game is absolutely tough as balls, by the way. I've gotten to the boss of this first level like twice, and once I couldn't even clear the enemies in front of him. But it's fun. Stupid fun. Alright. Wind. Emerald Hilted Dagger or Hourglass. Wind is pretty good. It slows enemies down. I do think this is going to have to be my final run of the night. Even with it being daylight savings, I can't justify staying up too much later than this right now. What a game though, Ball X Pit. Okay, got wind, upgrade the wind, stone effigy. Those were interesting. I've only tried that once. Let's try the stone effigy again. They just appear every once in a while and just march up the field, damaging everyone. I think their impact is a little hard to notice, but it's just a little bit extra damage here and there to everything, and that just gives us some breathing room. At least in theory. He can start damaging some of the back rows for us. Okay, Ethereal Cloak, Short Bow, or Bottled Tornado. Let's go with our short bow, increase our fire rate. It's definitely the earliest we've been able to start dealing damage to this first mini boss. Oh no, I didn't realize those enemies could like jump at you like that. Okay. Sure. Let's increase our laser damages with the staff. Double down on that. Triple down on it. Alright, that's how you make a skill make an impact, is upgrade it immediately twice. I do like my vampire. Vampire is always a good fusion candidate as well. It kind of sucks taking up a skill slot all on its own, but then you can combine it with something else, free that skill slot back up. At least for my dumbass that can't pay attention to these enemy projectiles, being able to heal up by fighting, really a run saver. All right, evolutions are awesome. All right, Inferno. All right, we've got either improved short bow, add lightning, or add earthquake. I like earthquake. Again, sometimes it's hard to tell with some of these skills if they're actually really good in dealing more damage, like I think, or if the animations are just so awesome and feel so good that I like them. But either way, I like earthquake. All right, half-ass keeping this field clear this time. All right, improve the vertical lasers because I feel like they're starting to lag a little bit with these tougher enemies. Got fusion shit. Fission this time. Oh, but we got 5 for... Really would like to have another crack at that boss. Not this one. This is just the mini boss. Oh, this guy's a dick too. Way too much damn health. Oh, let's upgrade the Inferno. Come on. Want you guys out of the way so I can focus on this dickhead. All right. Damage some of those guys. Damage some of you guys. Come on, I want to jam some up in there. There we go. I like that it lets you know that they're about to attack so you can get your ass out of the way at least. All that beautiful board space we've been fighting for disappearing on us. Okay, I guess short bow is the only upgradable item we have right now, which means we need to get a fusion so that we can Move some of this stuff out of the way. Let's do a vampire earthquake. That seems good to me. Earthquake hits a lot of enemies. I think we're probably on average hitting more enemies with our earthquakes than we are our vertical lasers. Oh, vertical and horizontal laser is very fun. This game just never stops. Never. All right. I think we're slowly making a little bit of progress here on our board space. Be nice to clear some of these guys out before this next boss shows up. Okay. Stronger horizontal lasers is going to be immensely helpful here. So those level 1s weren't doing shit against these late level enemies. Or late in the level enemies. There's barely any breathing room here. Come on. We might be done for. No? This game really does deliver on that unique roguelike feeling of keeping a run alive by just a hair. Other video games where death isn't a big deal, you can't instill that. What is this gonna do? We're fusing our horizontal and vertical lasers together. Intriguing. Holy laser. Deals 35 to 50 damage to all enemies in the same row and column. Okay, that rules. I think I asked earlier in the stream if it was even going to be possible to be offered horizontal and vertical lasers as a fusion, or if it would just be like, no, that can't happen. But no, it can happen. We get holy lasers. That makes sense, holy lasers, because they do vertical and horizontal, so it makes a cross. Oh no. We're just behind the 8 ball in a bad way here. Okay, this is the boss. Upgrade the holy laser, of course. Nice to clear all of these mobs out of the way quickly so we can focus on this big ass back there. All of the music dropping out is always a good boss cue. I gotta dodge his bullshit. He can only be dealt damage from behind is what I seem to gather. Alright, let's upgrade that holy laser. He dealt damage. Definitely doing better this time against him. Oh, ow. The enemies are in theory a good thing, because if we dodge well enough, these should give us a chance to use our vampire, get a little bit of health back. But here comes his bullet hell nonsense. Ooh, we got enemy projectiles going too. That's something. Okay. What, did he attack with his arms? Whew. This is asking a lot of you. These projectiles do a fair amount of damage. Alright, dodge shit and really focus on healing. Oh, hell yeah. Got his ass. That's how you do it. Alright. So we get a Boneyard trophy. Gain plus 0.05 status effect power for each character you've completed the Boneyard with. Each fast tier completed on top of that as a... Oh, Jesus, this game can get faster? Okay. Cozy Home Blueprint unlocks a new character. And that's how we get a gear. Okay. Okay, so we gotta beat the Boneyard with multiple characters. And I think that's when we can use the gears to go further, to go deeper. I think that's correct. We'll do a little housekeeping here, and then I'm going to log off for the night, because it is a little late for me.